I'm starting over again at 37, and this is actually something that I couldn't be more excited for. If you feel stuck, frustrated, like you're not where you want to be in life, just know that you're not alone. Each phase of your life requires a different version of you, which means upgrading your mindset, how you see yourself, what it is that you want for yourself and your goals. I'm in a place right now where I'm reinventing myself. So I want to share a little bit about my journey with you, and also if you're in a place and you want to create changes, what you can actually do to get there, because it's never too late, you're never too old. If you're new here, I'm Allie and this is Mila. I'm a self-development and relationship coach. I'm so glad you found this video because we're going to dive into all of that today. The first thing that I want to jump into is how to connect your intuition. Intuition is our guiding light. This is the thing inside of us that tells us if we're on the right path or we're not on the right path. When it comes to feeling stuck and stagnant and wanting to create change in your life and not knowing how to actually do it and get there, if you can learn how to quiet out the noise of other people's opinions, the fear of judgment, what you think other people are going to say or what you think you should be doing, this is going to be a game changer in being able to create the next version of you and the life that you want to step into. For me, I always think about it this way. Intuition is quiet, anxiety is loud. When you start to overthink and panic and freak out about what's going to happen next, and if I do this, what about X, Y, and Z, and what's this person going to think? That's 100% anxiety. That's not your intuition. If you want to learn how to quiet your mind and get in touch with your intuition, it's going to be starting to meditate, going on walks, getting yourself outside in nature, starting to really tap into what your internal voice is, because that is always going to speak louder than anything else. The first step is to, for one, not compare yourself to other people, because that's never going to win. You're always going to be on a different timeline, and that's okay. Beyond quieting out the noise of others, it's asking yourself, what do I want? What feels right to me? If I could do a change, and I'm sure as I'm saying this, there's probably something coming to your mind where you're like, oh, that's what I want. That's the thing that I want to do. If the fear wasn't there, if the worry of judgment wasn't there, there's something in your mind that you would want to go after. What's the first step you need to do? Because the thing is you're never going to be ready if you're waiting for the confidence to do something. The confidence comes after you move through the fear and do something that's new and something that's uncomfortable. Then the confidence comes. Then you get to a place where you're like, oh my God, yes, this is what I wanted. Let's say if you want to change careers or if you want to start a new hobby, you're not going to have the skills to go into it initially. There's a learning curve, but once you put yourself out there and do it over and over, it becomes easier and easier each time. Think about it this way. At every point in life, we go up the tier of gaining skills, gaining experience, gaining all of those things, and you're going to go up to be the top expert, then starting again at the bottom of the totem pole where you have to learn again and grow again. That's actually a good thing. So if you're ever in a place where you feel like, oh my God, am I in the right place? I don't know what I'm doing. That actually means you're in the exact right place and you're doing everything you're supposed to do. I know for myself, I felt that with therapy. When I first started therapy, I'll never forget the first sessions. It was super exciting, but I did not feel like I had a clue as to what I was doing. By the time I left the field, I felt like I had such a good grasp on helping clients. I was able to move them through the challenges they were having so much faster. And then when I first started coaching, I felt the same way. I was like, okay, I'm bottom of the totem pole again. I feel like I have imposter syndrome. I'm out of my comfort zone, but I didn't give up. I spent so much time learning and how can I help people and how do I want to approach help in a way that feels authentic to me, because that was why I left therapy in the first place, because it felt out of alignment. Now I feel like I'm at such a great place where if someone comes to me, I know what we need to do. I know the steps to get them to where they want to be, and to be able to provide the right support. Start to look at it that way. Instead of feeling hard on yourself or embarrassed or wondering what are other people going to think, look at that as a win and a celebration. When I first started YouTube, I'd never filmed anything. I never talked in front of a camera before. It felt so foreign and weird. The first videos that I edited took me literally forever, but now I'm getting better at it. I'm getting more comfortable talking on camera. I'm getting more comfortable with the ideas that I have and the things that I want to share. I'm seeing the subscribers slowly grow. Like some people could be like, oh my God, I only have X amount of subscribers. When I hit 200, I was like, oh my God, 200 people want to listen to me or they want to hear what I have to say. That's so exciting. I'm able to help people on a broader scale in a different way than what I've done before, and I'm growing. So that to me, it's like starting over is not a bad thing. Starting over means you're growing into a new version of you. Start to embrace it. Embrace change, embrace the discomfort, and know that it's only temporary. Anything you go after, anytime you need to hit the pause button and do a reset, it only lasts for a certain period of time. But what helps you get past it faster is actually embracing it. Staying in your comfort zone is literally the thing that's holding you back from creating the life that you want. Think about if there's one thing, and whatever it is that's come to mind for you, one thing that you want for yourself. If you went all in on that for 1 year, not worrying about the outcome, not tracking when am I going to hit that, when is it going to manifest, when is it going to be here for me. If you just went all in for 1 year, what do you think would happen at the end of the year? How would you feel? What would you experience? What would you accomplish? What could come from that? Another part that's so important to reinventing yourself is not comparing where you are now to the outcome and where you want to be. That is self-defeating. That's going to make you feel so bad and unmotivated. The key is to focus on small wins along the way. I also want to touch on this one part that I've noticed for myself, and I've also seen it with my clients. If you're meant for something else, if you're meant for something different, the universe, God, whatever you believe in, will make you so uncomfortable that at a certain point you have no choice but to change. If you're in a job that feels so miserable and so uncomfortable, but you're scared of change, of going on to what's next, it may get so bad that you have no choice but to leave, or you may get laid off, or the company may close. If you're meant for more, at some point the discomfort becomes so big that you have no choice but to move forward. I felt that way when I left therapy. The environment that I was working in, the coworkers that I had, it was very toxic. I was like, I physically can't do this anymore. I need a change. We have to listen to our intuition and the signs that we're getting when we know it's time for a fresh start, when we know we need change. By doing that, it opens the door to stuff that you never could have imagined. This is another part of starting over, and it's surrounding yourself with the right people. There's so much to learn from other people and meeting new people. Joining a pickleball team, going out to new places, who you listen to and follow online. Is it people who uplift you, or do you feel worse about yourself after you watch their content? Thinking about how you feel and what you want to take in and who you want to surround yourself with is such a huge part of recreating yourself and moving up to the next level. Every single time I've done this, and I'm so mindful of the content that I take in and how I feel and who I'm surrounding myself with, it helps you go to that next space. So for me right now, when I think of starting over, I am planning on putting my all into growing this channel, into connecting with you, into creating a community where people can come in and support each other. Because if I do that and just focus on what the goal is and each small step along the way, I want to see where I'm at a year from now. And hopefully hearing this also shifts your perspective on what change looks like, what starting over looks like, because it's not a bad thing. It can feel really uncomfortable in the moment when you're like, everything is so far out of place that I know I need a change. But the more that you practice this, the more you get in touch with your intuition, and the more you listen to the intuitive nudges of what's coming next for you and where you should go, it doesn't always necessarily need to get to such an uncomfortable place before you decide it's time to level up, before you decide it's time to start over and create a new version of what you see for yourself over the next year, over the next 5 years. I really just wanted to speak from the heart and the mind and everything that I'm thinking right now and what I've experienced with starting over. I would love to hear if anything's resonated with you. I'm really focused on growing a community to support each other. And if that's something that you're interested in, I would love for you to stick around and subscribe. Let me see if Mila will come back over here because she's a sleepy girl. And Amila is so happy that you're here too. I hope to see you in the next video, and let me know if there's anything that you're working on changing right now, if there's any other video that you'd like me to touch on next. I hope you have the most amazing day, and I hope to see you in the next video. I'll pop one up right here that I think you might love to see.